Welcome to my channel. This is Cheryl. Welcome to all my new viewers. Thank you very much for joining me. And welcome back to my previous viewers. Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm still in my house coat. I live in this house coat. It is so comfortable. It's really old and it's got like little stains on it that I can't seem to get out in the wash, and it's got little pieces where some of the threads come off, and it's really ratty, but I love it. It is so comfortable. Can't even remember how I got it. It was years ago. So it is 8:04 a.m. on March 1st. Welcome to March. On 2019, it is, what day is it today? It is Friday. So, welcome. Thank you for all the comments. I got a few comments on that short little video I did last night about doing a vlog. Apparently you guys want to see it, so I'm doing it. Just a channel update. I'm just doing this short little clip in the morning here to do, oh, and the weather. I looked up the weather because I noticed in a lot of videos they talk about the weather, so I'm going to do that. So I haven't looked outside, so I don't know if it's snowing, but the weather is -9 degrees Celsius, which is 15.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty darn cold, which is why I'm in. Where did my crochet hook go? I hate it. I mean, I shouldn't say hate. I babysit these two little kids, and this boy, Jacob, has a problem saying hate. And his mom and his dad are really upset about it. They don't want him to say that word, so I try not to say that word around him, and I try not to say it in regular life, because it's not really a good thing to talk about, to say I hate this or whatever. My mom used to tell me it's, you dislike very much, you don't hate. So that's what I tell Jacob now, you dislike very much. So I dislike very much when I'm crocheting and I lose my crochet hook. Just saying. I found it. This is a 4mm. Can't really see what it says there. This is just from Walmart. Or I might have got it at the dollar store, I'm not sure. But I am making, just to let you know, before I get into the discussion about the channel update and what I'm going to be doing, I am making a dishcloth. And I saw this on YouTube. I'm going to, hopefully, when I upload this on Monday, I'm going to link the video below. If I forget to do that, which is very possible, I might, just contact me and let me know that you want to know what video it is, and I will link it for you. So this is the Star Stitch dishcloth. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Look at the little stars right there and right there. It looks like little flower buds. It's so pretty. This is the other side, which I can't decide which side is prettier. I think this side is prettier. I think this is the right side. So anyways, I'm excited to do that. I'm just making one right now. It's an easy 2-row pattern, 2-row repeat. Move my camera a bit. It's sitting on my lap. My laptop's sitting on my lap, literally. So it's going to be weird. But it's a 2-row repeat. Very easy to do. It takes a little bit of concentration, but not much. So, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm trying to make some dishcloths with different patterns for Ryan and Bev for their wedding, because their wedding is in May. So, anyways, I'm just going to work on that while I talk. I'm just doing this clip to tell you what I'm going to be doing with my channel. The first thing you may have noticed, and, well, the first thing you may have noticed is I changed the name of my channel. So instead of Knit and Crochet with the Gilmore Girl, it's now just called Cheryl Gilmore. The reason why I did this is, as I said in that short little video I did yesterday, I want to start vlogging. I watch a lot of reading vlogs. I love watching reading vlogs. And I thought I would do that, even though I don't have fancy equipment, I don't have lighting, I don't have a fancy camera, I don't go out very often, so I can't, I have nothing interesting really to vlog. But, oh, look at this rash. It looks horrible on camera. I'm so sorry. It looks worse in real life, too. And I got an appointment on Monday. It was supposed to be next Wednesday, but they changed it to the Monday after, the 11th. So I have to wait that long to see if I can get something for it. It sucks because it looks awful. Anyways, I go off in rants and talk about different things. I'm sorry, I can never stay focused. I have ADHD, okay? Not that that's an excuse, but it's a reason. That's what I always say. It's not an excuse, but it's a reason. Anyways, so I, what was I talking about? I also lose my train of thought. Oh, so I want to do vlogging, even though I don't really have an interesting life compared to other people. I thought it would be fun to do, to just kind of chronicleize my life and my thoughts and my feelings more for myself more than anything, but I thought other people might be interested in it as well. So I changed the name of my channel basically because I am going to be vlogging more than just knit and crochet and loom knitting and all the yarny goodness. I'm going to be talking about reading, about books, about writing. I'm a writer, so I want to talk about my writing. I'm not going to be giving writing tips videos, just talk about writing. I also want to talk about my life in general. I want to talk about losing weight because I'm trying to lose weight. I want to talk about my health and living with Tourette syndrome and living with mental health. I want to talk about just a bunch of different things. So I changed the channel to just Cheryl Gilmore so that it includes everything. And so it's basically about my life and about what keeps me happy. And there'll be days where I'm depressed and I'll talk about it. And I do suffer from depression. So about 2 or 3 times a month, I get really badly depressed. And usually it only lasts a day or two. I have had it last a month at a time. That was when I was really severe. So I'm also going to be talking, just to let you know, and kind of as an FYI, I may talk about Christianity and my faith in God. Just to let you know, I in no way want to offend you or preach to you. I hope I never come across as preaching you and pressuring you or making you feel uncomfortable. Most of my friends share the same belief as I do. That is because I met them in my churches. So obviously they're going to believe the same thing as me. But I do have a few friends who are not Christians or who are in a different religion. I love them just as much as I love my Christian friends. Don't ever think that I am saying these things to insult you or make you feel uncomfortable. Please don't ever think that. It is just God and Jesus is part of my life. And if I'm going to be sharing what's going on in my life, it's going to include God in it because he's such a big part of my life. So if I do offend you or quote unquote preach to you, please call me out on it. Not rudely, please don't leave rude comments, but just call me out on it. Let me know that I'm being a little bit too pushy, and I will slow down on that. Okay, please do that, because in no way do I want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. Everybody has a right to believe what they feel is right or what they want to. So please call me out on it. But like I said, these videos are going to include stuff about God because he is such an important part of my life. And so if I'm going to share about my life, it's going to include God and Christianity. So if you don't want to hear about all that, I will not be offended if you want to unsubscribe to my channel. I do understand. It's okay. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to be doing vlogs. So today is the start of my first one. So I'm doing a weekend vlog. I may do week-long vlogs if this goes well. I don't have a lot of editing tools, so we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it'll work. I may not even upload this, so if you're watching it, obviously it worked out. So, oh goodness, I just did this wrong. See, I'm not even thinking. Okay, I think, yes, I did it wrong. Okay, so, this morning I just want to talk about what I plan on doing this weekend. So I plan on doing a lot of crocheting and a lot of reading and writing. So I'll talk about the books I'm reading in a little bit. I didn't bring them with me to this chair, so I can't really show you, but I am currently reading quite a few books. Like I said, I've probably mentioned before, I read several books at a time. It's just the way I go. I never forget what's happening in the books or confuse them. Unless they're by the same author, then sometimes I get confused in the characters. I forget which characters are in which book. But other than that, I don't get confused. So, I think right now it's 8:15 a.m. I think I'm going to make a pizza because I'm an adult, and if I want to have pizza for breakfast, I can. Yeah. So I'm going to make a frozen pizza, and I just have the spinach thin crust pizza that's cheap at Walmart. So I'm going to make that, and I'm going to make myself a cup of French vanilla coffee. I'm going to watch some YouTube. Oh, that's another thing I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be talking in my vlogs about different YouTube channels I watch, because I feel like giving love to other YouTubers and booktubers and author-tubers and knitting podcasts and everything is important. So I want to get them to, I want to let you know about what I watch. And I watch a lot of YouTube. So I spend most of my day watching YouTube when I'm not reading. So even sometimes when I am reading, I have YouTube on so that I can hear noise, which is kind of weird because I'm not actually listening to the YouTube channel. I'm not watching it, but I have it on so that it feels like someone else is in the room. I'm single and lonely. I like to have noise around me, so I'll also be talking about the music I listen to and the movies I watch, just basically everything about my life. So if you're in for that, stay tuned. I'll be doing an update in a few hours and let you know what's going on. I also have a library book haul I want to show you, and I want to talk about my favorite books and do some book reviews in the next few days. So I hope you enjoy this. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up to help support my channel. And when you give a thumbs up, it helps to it makes it more visible to people in their search engines when they're searching for things in their feed, like in their feed where it shows videos that they recommend. If a video has a lot of likes, it'll show up there more often. So that's why I ask you to like the video. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And yeah, I'm going to make my pizza. I think I'll crochet and finish this dishcloth. I love this dishcloth. I just love it. So I want to finish this one. It won't take long to finish. I've only got a few more rows to go, and then I'll probably make another one and watch YouTube. Like I said, I want to make a bunch of different dishcloths for Ryan and Bev for their wedding. I have a lot of cotton, so I figure that's something I can do. So, yeah, I'm going to watch some YouTube, and I will update you in a couple hours. All right, bye guys. Thank you very much. Bye. Hi, I'm back. So it's just like 15 minutes later, and I made pizza. Look at that. It's spinach and cheese. It is so good. So I'm just going to watch some booktube and eat. And then I finished my dishcloth. Like I said, I only had a couple rows to go. So let's put that down. So that's the dishcloth. Which side? This is the side I like. So that is done. I just gotta cut it and weaving the ends, and I'm done a dishcloth. So after I'm done my pizza, I'm going to probably watch some YouTube still and crochet another dishcloth, and then I'm going to read. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, so I'm back. It is almost 10 o'clock a.m. Today on Friday, March 1st, 2019. I told you that I'm doing a vlog, and I am, and just to let you know, it's all, like, I'm doing short clips throughout the days this weekend. It's easier for me than doing one long episode. I would rather just do little clips and then put them together in editing. So that's the way my vlogs will go, which basically is a vlog. I don't know why I explained that. So anyways, I changed position. I'm in my other reclining chair right now. I got my picture of my dad and I when I graduated 3 years ago, and from high school. I graduated from high school at the age of 38. And it was the best day of my life graduating, and I know I mentioned it before, but it was something that, oh, I got a piece of, this is actually like a piece of thread that came out. It looks gross. Graduating was the dream that I've had since I was 4 years old when I found out about graduation, and I finally did it at the age of 38, so I was very excited. Best day of my life. I bawled like a baby. I'm accepting my diploma, and that picture right there is the school I went to took photos for free, and one of the photos they asked my dad to kiss me on the cheek, and he did, and it's a beautiful photo, and I love it to death. My favorite photo of my dad and I, so, and he was so proud, and I was proud, and I think it shows on the photo, so yeah. Anyways, that was kind of a off the subject thing. I'm drinking a cup of French vanilla. I don't know whether it's French vanilla coffee or cappuccino. I don't know, but I think it's just coffee, and I've got a little chip there, but it's my mother was mean to me or whatever. Meanest mother in the world, and it's a little mug. It talks about how, here, I'll read it to you, actually. I had the meanest mother in the world. My mom bought this for me, by the way. While other kids had candy for breakfast, I had to eat cereal, eggs, and toast. While other kids had cake and candy for lunch, I had a sandwich. As you can guess, my dinner was different from other kids' dinners, too. My mother insisted on knowing where we were at all times. She had to know who our friends were and what we were doing. I am ashamed to admit it, but she actually had the nerve to break the child labor law. She made us work. We had to wash dishes, make the beds, and learn how to cook. That woman must have stayed awake nights thinking up things for us kids to do, and she insisted we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. By the time we became teenagers, she was much wiser, and our life became more unbearable. None of this tooting the car horn for us to come running. She embarrassed us to no end by insisting that our friends come to the door to get us. I forgot to mention that most of our friends were allowed to date at the mature age of 12 or 13, but our old-fashioned mother refused to let us date until we were 15. It was actually 16, but, you know. She really raised a bunch of squares. None of us was ever arrested for shoplifting or busted for dope. And who do we have to thank for this? You're right, our mean mother. I am trying to raise my children to stand a little straighter and taller, and I am secretly tickled to pieces when my children call me mean. I thank God for giving me the meanest mother in the world. The world needs more mean mothers like mine. I love this mug. Whoops, sorry, I just moved the camera. My mom bought me this mug. I think my mom bought it for me about 20 years ago. Yeah, about 15, 20 years ago, really. And I've got a little chip in it, which I'm very disappointed. But it's one of my favorite mugs. And, yeah. It's a cute little poem. I love it. My mom was so mean. And all that was true. The only thing different was was that I was 16 when I was allowed to date. So, anyways, yeah. what was I was actually going to talk about my writing. Um, I am I want to be a published author someday, and I do have an article that's going to be published on a website about living with Tourette syndrome, so I'm excited about that. It comes out in a couple months probably, I think. It's something I didn't get paid for, but it's getting my name out there and my picture and my bio, so I'm excited about that. As far as novels go, I am writing 2 books right now. Um, and it's going pretty good. I watch a lot of author tube channels on YouTube, like I mentioned before. I watch a lot of YouTube, and um, it I don't know what I do without YouTube. So I watch a lot of author tube channels, and one of my favorite is Kristen Martin. I would recommend her. She is a self-published author, Amazon best-selling author, and she gives writing advice and blogs, and she's really cool. The only thing that is different, a little bit different, is she doesn't really believe in God. She believes in the universe, so it's kind of funny once in a while. But it's funny to me, but she'll be like, give it up to the universe, or let the universe decide, and I just kind of laugh, like, no, I let God decide, thank you. But other than that, she's wonderful, and I don't hold it against her or anything. She's wonderful, so I recommend her channel. That's Kristen Martin, and Kristen is spelled with a K. And I also watch Alexa Dunn, and I watch, who else? Trying to think. There's a few author channels I watch, and I'm really enjoying them. There's a few that have writing tips. Nora Zikra is a good one. She does writing skits and writing tips, and she is hilarious, so I watch her. And her name is spelled Nour, and her last name is Zikra, Nora Zikra. And she's really cool. If I pronounced her name wrong, I apologize, but I think it's Nora Zikra. And she's really cool. I just found her channel, and I watch a lot of author channels. So the reason I mention this is I have spent the last, I would say, 3 or 4 years learning how to write through YouTube, learning all the tips and on how to outline, learning how to write, different rules that you need to follow, and rules that can be broken, and grammar, and what people expect from books, different things that have changed throughout the years since I took writing in school. I took writing 12 in grade 12 back when I was about 21 years old. I was still in grade 12, and I didn't quit until I was 22. And I took my distance ed, and took a writing course, and I learned a lot of great things from that course. But now I found out that a lot of the rules have changed. So a lot of the rules and a lot of the trends have changed in the last 20 years. So I went through YouTube and watched a bunch of author tube channels and got all this learning, and I took a few writing courses, and I feel I'm ready to write a book. So I've started numerous books that I've never finished. I actually wrote a book when I was 19. I think I was 19 when I finished it. And it was a book I wrote. It's about 80 pages long. So 70 or 80 pages long, computer pages. And so it was about 50,000 words or so. 50,000 words. And I'm happy because my mom got to read it before she passed away, so that made me feel really good. And she loved it, so it was, she read it all in like one night. She stayed up and read it, and she said she couldn't put it down, so I was like, woo, cool, So it was really neat to have her read it. I also gave it to 3 of my friends to read, and they loved it. They had some feedback for me. I have tried to rewrite that book numerous times, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the know-how. I didn't have the gumption and the guts to do it. I was scared. Writing a book is not easy work. It is something you have to be committed to. It is something that takes a lot out of you, emotionally and physically, um, and spiritually and mentally. It takes a lot out of you, and it takes a lot of time and hard work. And if you're publishing traditionally, it takes up to 5 years before it's even published after you've been accepted by traditional. Not traditional. It takes up to a year or two before you can even get an agent, and then self-publishing and traditional publishing. The difference is, in case you don't know, self-publishing is where you get a company or something and you publish your own book and get the copyrights and do all the mailings and the promotional work, and you actually pay for it to get done, and you do the cover design, all that. The good things about self-publishing is you are in charge, so you can pick your cover design, you can pick your fonts, you can pick, you do everything yourself, so you are in control. Traditional publishing is the big book houses, publishing companies that publish all these books, and you really have no say in that. If they want you to revise the book in any way, you kind of have to. Sometimes you have to. I've heard of authors who have changed part of their story when they didn't want to, but they had to because it wasn't going to be published if they didn't, and they were under contract. So that's kind of hard. Plus, you don't really have a say in the cover. The publishing company picks the cover, especially if you're a new author. If you're a famous author like J.K. Rowling or John Grisham, all those authors, they may have a say in their covers, but as a new author, I won't. So that kind of sucks. But and also traditional publishing doesn't cost anything, and you get a advance check. So you get a check for most people in beginning authors. I heard, I don't know for sure, but get between 4,000 and 10,000 kind of thing for their advance check, and then they get royalties, and they have to pay their agent and all that. So it's not a get rich fast scheme. Plus, you have to sell your books. So, but being that self-publishing costs money to do, it costs up to $5,000 or $10,000. I can't do that. So it's impossible for me. So I'll be going the traditional route. So that can take up to 3 or 4 or 5 years to get from when you start querying to get an agent. Querying means to write a letter to try and get an agent who will then find a publishing company for you. To do that and all the editing and all that, it can take 4 or 5 years before your book is published. So it's going to be a while before you see my book out there. So the book I wrote when I was 19, I'm actually rewriting. Back then I called it Hooked Forever. That's not the title of it now. I don't have a title for it. And it is about a teenage girl who runs away from home. Originally, when I first wrote it, I wrote it as, I consider the 19-year-old version, I consider a zero draft. Now, zero draft is a new term in the writing community, and it basically means I got all the words down, at the basic idea down, and now I'm rewriting it into the way I want it to be. So that was my zero draft. This is now my first draft of what I want it to be. So originally, when I was 19, I wrote it as she was being raped by the boyfriend of her mom. Her mom was letting her boyfriends rape her because of she was a drug addict, and that was the only way they would give her drugs. Very dark. And she finally ran away. The main character's name's Cassidy, which is my favorite name in the whole world. And she runs away, meets another girl, and this girl invites her to go to Angel's house with her, who is a friend of hers. And she travels to a different city and goes to Angel's house and finds out that Angel's house is actually a modern-day brothel. And this brothel is a place for teenage girls to come and they are basically prostitutes. And it goes from there and how she changes her life around after being a prostitute. And it is I loved this story. I thought it was really, I enjoyed writing it. It was a passion of mine. I enjoyed writing it. I am a Christian, so the scenes were not explicit and they did not have swear words in them, which was a bit rough to do because you're talking about dark things here. And, but I got around it by saying things like she cursed or she swore loudly or whatever, and I didn't put the actual words down. The sex scenes were very, they weren't explicit. You knew what was happening, obviously, but it didn't show or tell too much about what exactly was happening. It kind of went to the next morning kind of thing. So, I'm rereading that book now, and I've changed a lot of it. She is no longer being raped by her mom's boyfriend. It's changed quite a bit. Totally changed. And basically what I've written now, I've only written about 3,000 words. And what has happened now is her dad dies after finding out that her mom is having an affair. So Casa Lee blames herself for her dad's death because she's the one who told him about her mom's affair. Her mom feels guilty and because she had the affair, and Casa Lee has just run away from home in the point that I'm writing now, and she has met up with Mika, who is her friend, who's going to invite her to Angel's Place. So, yeah, I'm enjoying writing that. I also started I've outlined for that, basically, on what I want to happen. I don't usually outline. I'm more of a pantser, which means that I go by the fly of the seat of my pants, and just write and see where my characters take me. And I'm doing that with another book that I just came up with an idea. I've only written about 800 words or so in that book, and I don't know what's going to happen in it. Right now, what has happened is, I don't even remember what happened. I wrote this about 3 days ago. I forget what happened. I have to reread what I wrote. I wrote it in the middle of the night, so it may not be very good. But I do a lot of write-ins on YouTube, so a lot of the AuthorTube channels, there's another channel called By the Brook, and her name is Brooke Passmore, and she does write-ins, and Natalia Lee does write-ins, and Mandy Lynn does write-ins. Can't think of any more, but they all do write-ins, and what that is it's like a live chat on YouTube where the author gives writing sprints, and everybody who is watching does writing sprints, and writing sprint is where you set a timer and you write for a certain amount of minutes, and then you rest and you talk about what you wrote, and then you go to another writing sprint. So I've been doing a lot of those, and Camp NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, is coming up in April, and they'll be doing a lot of writings in April, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be writing, so that is a writing update. How come I can't remember what my new book's about? That's awful. No, I can't remember. My mind's gone completely blank, people. This is awful. Anyways, I'm going to go back to watching some YouTube for a while. I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I'm going to read for a while. I think I'm going to read The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I'm about a quarter of the way through that book, so I'm going to read. Probably won't be back to talk to you till about noontime, so I hope you're enjoying this video. See ya! Hi. So, I know that I wasn't going to say anything until noontime, but I have a comment about the book I'm reading. First of all, I'm in my blanket because I'm just wearing a bralette, so I don't want you to see that, although you can see my strap, but anyways. So I am cuddled up in my blanket, and I'm very warm and very nice, and I'm reading The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, And I have a comment about it, and I thought you might be interested in hearing it. So I'm really enjoying this book. I'm on page, let's see, page 166, and there are, let's see how many pages, 962 pages, so it's a big book. It's quite a fast read for me. I'm enjoying it. The only problem I have, and I just read now, which is why I'm doing this little clip, I read a paragraph that really annoyed me, and it's something that's been going on throughout the book. What it is, and some people wouldn't find this annoying, but I definitely did. So, the characters, especially the main character, but also other characters in the book, when they're talking about something, there's a question mark at the end. So they'll be talking, you know, someone will ask a question, and their answer is always a question, but it's not a question. It's really weird, because, you know, things like, here, I'll just read a little bit of the paragraph. I don't know about copyright, so I don't know if I'm allowed to read anything, but I will just read a little bit. So here, the main character is explaining, and he says, it's a long sentence, but, he got his hand broken in a bar. He was fighting somebody in a bar. He had this bar he liked to go to every day, only when we didn't know that's where he was, because he said he was working late, which this is a run-on sentence. And he had this whole set of friends we didn't know about, and they sent him postcards when they went on vacation at places like the Virgin Islands? There's a question mark. To our home address? Question mark. Which was how we found out about it? Question mark. And I'm like, why? It should be, I think, because he's not asking anything, so, and they sent him postcards when they went on vacation in places like the Virgin Islands, to our home address, which is how we found out about it. Instead, it's, and they sent him postcards when they went on vacation to places like the Virgin Islands, to our home address, which was how we found out about it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know that some people talk like that. They put a question mark on everything they say, but it just goes too much in this book, and I'm finding it really annoying. I am going to finish it, though, because I like the premise, and I'm enjoying it other than that. So, I'm just going to go and read some more. Hi! So, it's 2:30 almost on Friday, and I'm now wearing a little dress that I love. It's nice and comfortable, so thought I better get out of my pajamas. And I was just writing for a while. I like doing these vlogs basically because I found that now I do more during the day because I want to give content and talk about things. So it kind of keeps me accountable, so that's kind of cool. So I wrote about, oh my goodness, I think it was about 650 words, just over 650 words. So I'm happy about that. I would like to write 1,500 words today, but I'd be happy with 1,000. So, yeah. So, I'm thinking of going onto YouTube and going on to a pre-recorded live stream of a write-in that I haven't watched yet. And there's tons, like I said, there's tons of write-ins on YouTube. If you're a writer, they're wonderful. They're so much fun. And it's kind of neat because you know that other people watching, especially when it's live, you know that other people are working on their stories at the same time. So it's pretty cool. So I'm thinking of doing that because with the writing sprints, I tend to do more writing. I don't know why it works that way. A lot of people feel that way when they have a time limit of like 15 minutes. They get a lot more done in a 15 minutes writing sprint than they do in like 2 hours of writing and getting distracted and doing other things. And so I'm totally that way. So I think I'll do some writing sprints. And I bought some ice cream because, you know, I wanted ice cream. Yes, I'm trying to lose weight, and yes, I'm a diabetic. But in my defense, I have no defense. I just wanted ice cream. So I went down the street to a corner store and bought some ice cream. Can I say, where is it? I ate this already. I ate this whole thing, which, oops, loud noise. Haagen-Dazs chocolate and peanut butter ice cream. Oh my word. Is there not anything better than chocolate and peanut butter ice cream? It was so good. And yes, I am a diabetic, but I did take insulin to cover it, so I'm okay. The one thing I like about, if there's something to like about diabetes, type 1 diabetes is almost better than type 2. Because all I have to do is take a shot of insulin, and I'm covered, and I'm fine, and I don't react, and everything's perfect. And, literally, with type 1 diabetes, your pancreas does not produce any insulin. So literally everything I eat or drink apart from water, I have to take insulin for. So even vegetables, because they actually have sugar in vegetables. Did you know that? They do. So there's actual sugar in everything you eat and drink. There is some sort of sugar in everything you eat or drink apart from water. So I have to take insulin for everything I eat and drink. I am what they call what do they call it? My mom was one too. Brittle diabetic. So that means that I'm very hard to control my blood sugar. I can go from being really high blood sugar, and I would take a certain amount of insulin that usually covers it, sorry, and brings it down to normal blood sugar, but some days it'll bring it down below, and I'll actually be low blood sugar, and I'd have to eat some sugar. Sorry, my throat's all cloggy. So, you never really know with me because I'm brittle diabetic. My blood sugar can go from a high peak to a low within 10 minutes, and it's very hard to deal with. That's why I have my glucometer, which I test my blood every couple or 3 hours most of the time. Usually I can tell whether I'm high or low just by the way I feel, and then I do a blood test to make sure. But until I could read my symptoms, I used to have to do blood test every hour or so because, yeah. Because I'm brittle diabetic, I have to take more insulin than most people do. So whereas most people would take about 6 to 8 units per meal, I have to take 20 to 30 units per meal. So it's pretty rough, but I've had it for 26 years, so I'm kind of used to it. So I've always been that way. My mom was brittle diabetic as well, so it's generic. So yeah. So to take extra insulin for ice cream is no big deal for me because I have to take the same amount of insulin for ice cream as I would for a meal. So it's just the same. It just means that I took extra for the day. Which is fine because which is fine. I don't mind that. I take about, probably about 5 to 6 shots a day of insulin, when I cover my meals and my snacks. So, the thing is, it's recommended for diabetics to have 3 meals a day plus 2 snacks. Basically because if you don't eat regularly, your blood sugar goes low. Just a little rant here on explaining about diabetes. So, I have to eat at least 1 snack a day. Now, I can eat a piece of cheese, or I can eat half a bag of chips, or half a chocolate bar, or even a whole chocolate bar. And I would have to take the same amount of insulin for that chocolate bar as I would for the cheese. So it really doesn't make any difference. So, I know some people don't believe, a lot of doctors and a lot of nutritionists and I know my pharmacist is totally against me having sugar, and I'm like, but I take the same amount of insulin for whether I have a good meal or a quote-unquote bad meal, or a good food or a quote-unquote bad food. I have to take the same amount of insulin, so it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Not that I eat a lot of sugar. I don't eat it every day. I don't have I don't have the extra sugar like junk food. I don't eat that every day. I'm usually just, I eat normal food, but today I wanted ice cream, so I did. Anyways, like I said, I've been writing the novel that I started a few days ago, about 3 days ago, and I finally remembered what it was about after I stopped recording last time. So, what has happened in the story so far is Amy, my main character, um, her best friend is getting married, and Amy is single, and she is an adult, and she's never been in a real relationship, kind of like myself, and so she's saying she's not jealous, but she is. And a big part of the book is that she has mental disabilities. So describing those have been kind of emotional for me because I have mental disabilities as well. So I put a lot of myself and my beliefs into it. I work on Google Docs, which has a section where you can add comments to your writing on the side. And then when the beta readers, the people who read my work and give me feedback, when they read my story, they can read the comment and comment on that comment, like reply to that comment. So on one of the comments, I said, "Is this too preachy?" Because I was describing how I feel about mental illnesses and how some people react to mental illness and how people are treated, and I kind of put my opinion in it, and I'm wondering if maybe I put too much of a preachy opinion into it, so I don't want that. So when I do get beta readers, which I'm hopefully going to get soon, I'm going to put a call out for beta readers soon, and if you would like to be a beta reader, then please leave a comment below and let me know, because I could always use more. I don't have any beta readers right now, obviously, because, well, not obviously, but I don't have any beta readers, so I'm going to put it on Twitter and see if anybody would want to read chapter by chapter and give me comments. So, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. So anyways, they can make comments on the work and tell me what they think about it, and give me feedback. So I'm going to be doing that soon. As soon as I finish chapter 1, I'm going to go into the beta reading and see if they can give me some advice on the first draft. So I'm doing that. I think the first chapter will be about 2,000 words or so, I'm hoping, maybe 3,000, so excited about that. I actually like short chapters, so maybe 1,500, 2,000 words, so I'm happy about that. And, yeah, so I'm gonna go back through Reddit. I did read some more of the Goldfinch? Yeah, the Goldfinch, and I enjoyed that. Right now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna read some more or work on my story. My book. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do right now, but I will get back to you soon and give you an update. See ya. So it is 8:30, just past 8:30 on Friday, and p.m. and I have a lot to say. I know that I have done a lot of clips today that, and I probably won't add all of them, because if I did, it would be a very long video by the time Monday comes. So I hope you don't mind that it's a longish video. I like watching long vlogs, like not just reading vlogs, but any kind of vlog. So I hope you don't mind. Anyways, so this evening I put out a call for beta readers. Now, beta reader is, if you're not in the writing community, is someone that reads your work, usually another writer, reads your work and gives... How come the camera's not very good? Let's move... There, that's better. It was looking kind of weird. Anyways, I'm back in my house coat, all cozy. So, my hair is a mess, sorry. But, and I realized I haven't been wearing lipstick today, so I hope that's okay. I'm not wearing any makeup. I used to be a makeup girl, not as much anymore, but I used to be a nail polish girl. I used to have nail polish all the time. I changed it like every day, but not anymore. I just don't. Anyways, I know I'm old. It's like, it's just me here. I don't care. Anyways, so this evening, I put a call out for beta readers for my new book that I'm writing. I wanted to give, a chapter at a time, like maybe one chapter a week, to a beta reader on my rough draft, just to make sure that I'm going the right direction, that the characters are well structured and well developed, and to get any advice from other writers, because I am a newbie. I have written quite a bit, but I've never had anybody read my work really, apart from my mom, and she bless her heart, is not, or was not, she's passed away now, but she wasn't she was biased, let's just say it that way, so she loved it. And so anyways, let's be real, she was biased. So she saw nothing wrong with it, so she's just a little bit biased. Anyways, so I put a call out for beta readers. I got 2 responses. I put a call out on Facebook on several writing sites or pages I'm on Facebook, some groups, and I put it out on Twitter. I got 2 responses. One of them has already read one of my books, of chapter 1 of one of my books. He is beta reading The Prostitute Story, which I've kind of called The Prostitute Story, which doesn't sound very good, but I don't have a title for it right now. So he is reading that one. He's more into those kind of books that deals with real life and tragedy and controversial things. So I sent him my first chapter. He gave me such valuable and wonderful feedback that I am so grateful for, even though I have a lot of work to do just on that chapter 1. So, but he was very kind, not at all rude or mean or anything, but he was very honest as well, which is what I needed. I needed to hear the bitter truth. And he did it very kindly. He said once, we've all started there. Don't worry, we've all been there. He said he sees great potential for my story, and he wants to continue reading it. And my main problem, I think, from what his comments said, was basically I told instead of showed. So there's a rule in writing called show, don't tell. And I didn't realize that I was telling instead of showing. And so he highlighted some of the words, some of the problematic words, and some of the paragraphs that I should change. And he gave some examples, which I really appreciate. He gave some examples on how I could change it. And I'm not going to, copy word for word what he put. But it really showed me how to show, don't tell. I know the rule. I know what to do, but I didn't know how to do it. I just, I didn't even realize I wasn't showing. I was totally telling, and now I see it. Now I've got a clear eye. I can see what I did wrong. So I'm very excited about revising it and resending it to him tomorrow. I'm also beta reading his stories. He sent a chapter of a story that he started. Actually, 2 chapters, I think. I think he sent 2 chapters. And I read that and gave some comments of what I thought, which he really liked. He liked my comments. He thought that I gave good comments. So I'm happy about that. It's really neat during Google Docs. You can comment as you read it, and they see your comments, so I'm really happy about that. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't watch a video today from YouTube. Yay, YouTube! And it was from Heart Breathing's channel, and she put a video up about Google Docs and said in it that you can share your document and comment right on the document with several beta readers, so that got me excited. So the other beta reader I have is a female, and she is going to read both my stories. So I now have to write a chapter of each every week. So, sorry. So I am excited about that. It's going to take a lot of work. But I like knowing that there's someone who's waiting for the next chapter, because it gives me gumption to do the actual work. So I'm excited. Tomorrow I'm going to work really hard on revising the story, the chapter 1 in the prostitute story, and then I think I'll revise, because I know my way of writing, so I figure I probably did the same thing the show don't tell. I probably did the same thing in my other book, so I'm going to reread what I wrote and change some of that as well, and then add to it to finish the chapter and send that out to the lady, the woman beta reader. So I'm excited. I'm going to be working really hard tomorrow on writing, so I don't know if I'll be giving a lot of updates like I did today. Like I said, I'll probably won't put all the updates on the video, but I have to find out how to get Movie Maker onto YouTube. I don't know how to do that yet, so I have to Google that and find out how to do that. So right now, I think I'm going to go and make a cup of hot chocolate and take some insulin. And I'm running out of insulin too. I only have a little bit left, so I may have to go to Walmart tomorrow to the pharmacy and get some more insulin. Usually I'm okay until, it usually lasts me 2 weeks until Monday, but apparently it didn't this time. So I hope they'll give me some. Sometimes they don't give it to you if you get it too soon. They have to write a little note saying that she's taking more than usual this week or whatever, which is kind of embarrassing. But I have been drinking a lot of French vanilla coffee, so I've been taking more insulin for that. So, yeah, and hot chocolate. Because it's cold out, and it's cold in this apartment, and I want hot stuff. I love tea, but it makes my mouth dry, so I did find steeped tea from Tim Hortons, which is a donut and coffee shop in Canada. Love Timmy's. And they have a thing called steeped tea. I don't know what the difference is between the regular tea and steeped tea, but it is delicious, and it does not dry up my mouth. So on Monday, when I go grocery shopping with my life skills worker, Jason, I'm going to ask him, he always gets me a little drink, so this time I'm going to ask him for steeped tea. I'm so excited about that. So, little things excite me, okay? Hopefully Jason will be back to work on Monday. He took the week off. Jason is my life skills worker at mental health, so he takes me grocery shopping and is basically there for me if I'm ever depressed or just need someone to talk to or take me out for coffee or whatever. He's wonderful. He's been my life skills worker for close to, I'd say 5.5 years now. 5.5 years. He's 1 year younger than me, so we get along great. He's like a brother to me. And so he takes me out on Mondays for grocery shopping, but this last week he hurt himself exercising, and so he was off work for a few days, and then I called him yesterday to see if he could take me out and talk, just talk. We just get together and check in. He checks in with me, make sure I'm okay and stuff. And so I called him, and he was actually off work still because now he has a cold. So hopefully he'll be back to work on Monday, and I can go for groceries and get a steep tea because he pays for it. So I'm so excited. Anyways, so right now I'm going to go on YouTube. Like I was saying, I kind of changed subject, but I'm going to go on YouTube and look up Show Don't Tell and see if I can find some videos on that and see if they can give me any more pointers. So if I can't find any videos on YouTube, I might I think if I just go to some writing channels, I can find some videos on it. I've watched a lot of them, but I'm going to see if I can find some more. And if I can't, I'm going to Google it and see if there's any articles about it. So I'm going to make a cup of hot chocolate and do that. And then I'm going to read for a bit or write. I think I'll probably read for a bit. And then I haven't read much tonight, this evening, because I was busy comparing notes with my beta readers. And I have started knitting a dishcloth, and I have started crocheting a dishcloth. So those I can finish tomorrow. I also have to work on my C2C blanket, which is a corner-to-corner blanket in crochet. I want to work on that tomorrow, and then tomorrow I also have to do a lot of writing and a lot of reading. So it's a busy day tomorrow. I also have to clean my house tomorrow and do laundry. So, and I have to do dishes too, because my sink is full of dishes, and I don't have a dishwasher. So, anyways, tomorrow will be busy, but I'll update you in the morning. When I get up, I'll say hello and let you know for sure what I'm doing that day tomorrow. So, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys. So it is 5:30 a.m. I can't talk real loud because I'm in an apartment building and people can probably hear me if I talk too loud. And it's early in the morning. So my camera's still not recording right. It looks like it looks weird. Huh. Wonder why. It's all fuzzy. Is it fuzzy on your end too? I'll have to look at it when I edit it. Maybe if I... No, that's not changing it. Hi guys. Oh, there's a delay. I wonder why there's a delay. Hi guys. So, apologies for the quality of the video here, this clip. My camera, the picture is fuzzy and I don't know why. So, I'm trying to fix it. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it before the next clip. But anyways, it's 5:30 a.m. on Saturday, March 2nd. And I have not slept yet. Yeah. So let me tell you what happened. I'm talking a little bit quieter right now because I am in an apartment building, so I don't want to wake anybody up. But so I hope you can hear me okay. But last night, okay, I don't have a regular sleeping schedule. There are nights when I don't sleep at all for 3 days and 3 nights. And then there's times when I sleep 16, 17 hours a night in a day. I obviously have sleeping disorders. I have ADHD as well, and when I'm happy or excited or I accomplished something that I'm proud of, I can't turn my brain off at night. So I end up thinking and I feel like I should be doing stuff, so I get up and do stuff and I just don't sleep. So that's what happened last night. I rewrote chapter 1 of Castle Lee's story, which is the prostitute story. And I was excited. And then I came out and I went onto NetGalley, which is a book review site. I finally, after about 3 hours of trying, I found out how to download the books. I am not tech savvy, people, and couldn't figure it out. And I finally figured it out. The instructions on NetGalley, they don't make any sense. I finally figured it out after experimenting for 3 hours. Then I tried for another 3 hours to copy the books that are downloaded on my computer onto my e-reader, my Kobo e-reader. Finally decided I had to do a scan and fixing the problem thing, which took about half an hour, and they couldn't find anything wrong with my e-reader. So it would connect to my computer, but it wouldn't show up on my computer. It wouldn't say it was connected, but the e-reader said it was connected. So then the e-reader started acting up and saying things and doing weird things, and it was weird. So I figure it's probably my charger that's not working, the one that I charge, that I connect to my computer with the e-reader. So on Monday when I go grocery shopping, I'm going to buy a new charger, like a USB cable thing, to try it again. So right now I did get some books from NetGalley. NetGalley is a site where you can, people who have YouTube channels or book reviewers or blogs, librarians, teachers, anybody like that. So because I have this YouTube channel is accepted, can read ARCs, which are advanced readers copies of ebooks, or ebooks versions of the books, and give reviews on their channels, as well as give feedback to the publisher on what we think of the books. So I'm doing that now. I'm so excited. I'll be reviewing some of the books. All of the books I read, I'll review on this channel as well. It's March Mystery Madness right now with a lot of booktubers. Lizzie Faye Loves Books is the YouTube channel that started March Mystery Madness. That's hard to say, and especially when you're tired. And Elizabeth there started this, I don't know, about a few years ago, and she and a bunch of other booktubers are hosting it again this year. So I want to read some books and some mystery books. So I got some mystery books from the NetGalley, and I am now going to read them. But because I can't get on my e-reader right now, I have to read them on my computer, which I kind of hate because, I don't like, because I don't like reading on my computer. I'd rather read on my e-reader or a physical book. So, but you can add notes onto it, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do that. Today I'm going to try and read one whole book today, wish me luck. And I'm also going to hopefully get some sleep today. As you can tell, I'm very tired right now. I still can't sleep. I tried sleeping. I can't. I can't turn my brain off. So, even though I'm dead tired. And I'm going to rewrite the first chapter of Amy's story, which is the other book I'm writing, because I do have a beta reader for that story as well. So I'm going to rewrite that today and send that off. I did send off to the 2 beta readers. I sent off the revised chapter of Castle Lee's story. So I did that last night. I worked on it for about 2 hours. I really like the way I changed it. I think it reads good. So I'm eager to see what my beta readers say. And yeah. So I think right now I'm going to make French vanilla coffee. And the coffee doesn't really make any difference of whether I stay up or not. Because it all depends on whether I can turn my brain off. So it really doesn't make a difference. Caffeine doesn't make a difference on whether or not I sleep or anything. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee and watch some YouTube, maybe do some reading on the NetGalley books. I did start working on a, what's it called? Infinity scarf, knitting one on last night. So I will show you that later. Okay, so I'll talk to you later, probably this afternoon. Bye. Hi. So it's almost 1 p.m. on Friday or Saturday, and I feel a lot better than I did an hour ago. Living on no sleep and working on a computer that is not cooperating, and an e-reader that's not cooperating, and being determined to get it done, to get what you want to do done, is very frustrating, especially when you're not sleeping, which I already said. So I'm just urinating. I can't even say the word. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you're emphasizing. I didn't get any sleep. So this has been very frustrating, and I'm not tech savvy, people. I'm not. So trying to figure out how to do things on the computer is very difficult. And when you haven't been sleeping, it is 10 times worse. But I was determined to figure out how to download those books from NetGalley. I got them down on my computer, and then I went to put digital editions on my phone, and they kept asking for different passwords that I put those passwords in like 7 years ago. I don't remember my password from 7 years ago. Like, hello? I never used those passwords. So, needless to say, it took me an hour, and I ended up calling my brother and crying on the phone, which I rarely do to him. I don't usually freak out in front of him, but I did this time, and I was just like, I'm so tired. I can't do this. I'm a terrible writer. I'm a terrible person. I went the whole route. So, I feel much better now. Yeah. I went the whole route. I said I was terrible at everything. I'm useless. Oh, it was horrible. My brother, God bless him, just kind of talked me through it, and it was okay, but he was wonderful. And he started teasing me at the end. He's like, you're such an awful person. I'm like, I know. And then I started laughing because I know he's teasing me, and it was just so funny. Anyways, he helped me through it in his own weird sort of way. So his unique way. My brother can always calm me down, and he is like my rock. He's my oldest brother, and he's just my rock. So, so it's 10 to 1. I just made a cup of French vanilla coffee because it's my favorite right now. It's Nescafe, I think, and it's so good. It's instant coffee, but it's so good. So good. So, I'm just going to, what am I going to do? I finally downloaded the ebooks from NetGalley onto my phone. Yeah. So I read a bit a few minutes ago, but I'm just charging my phone right now, and I am going to, I think I'm going to put on some YouTube. Here, I'll show you what I've been doing in my knitting. I haven't done much today, but last night I did some. So I'm doing it on straight needles, and I'm just doing a rib, knit one, purl one. I cast on 40 loops, whatever you call it. I cast on 40, and I'm still tired, I'm sorry. And then I knit one, purl one, and it just makes this beautiful rib, and I'm going to make this into a long infinity skirt. I'm going to make this so long that you can double over and it'll still go low. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm just going to watch YouTube and knit for a while. Relax. Maybe see if I can get some sleep in a little while. I did get about an hour and a half sleep, so I feel a little bit better. So, yeah, my mind is starting to calm down, and I'm not as obsessed about what I have to do right now. I'm just relaxing. So, yeah, things are good. Much better. My hair is a mess. I haven't combed it yet today. I should have had a shower today, but I didn't. So maybe tonight I'll have one. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, guys. Whoops, my camera moved. Hold on. So, it's Sunday morning, 9:45. I'm not going to church today, but just because my ride is out of town. Let's talk about yesterday. I got my little coffee mug. Got some coffee. let's talk about yesterday, because yesterday was not good. And if you're watching this, you have seen my videos from yesterday, and I feel like I was crazy. I was stressed out, anxiety filled. I don't usually when I have sleepless nights, I'm totally fine the next day, tired, but fine. Yesterday, I was crazy. My mind was not working. It wasn't until today that I realized why. So I take a lot of medication for mental illness. Um, and yeah, I forgot to take my meds yesterday. So I had a sleepless night as well as not being on my meds. So I went to my blister pack today. It's a little package with daily meds in them, and I realized I didn't take my meds yesterday. So that explains why I was a bit crazy. I didn't realize that my pills affect me that much. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's goodness. I was not myself yesterday. Just totally not myself. My hair looks awful. I was not myself at all, and I couldn't figure out why. And now I know. So at least I know my meds work because I feel much better today. So I did sleep last night too, so that was good. But yeah, I took my meds, and about half an hour later, I felt totally normal. So, well, normal for me. So I feel like, if you have mental illness, there's nothing wrong with taking medication for it. I mean, it's just your brain is part of your body, and if it's malfunctions, just like any other part of your body, then why not take medication for it? If it helps, it helps. And obviously my meds help me. So, yeah. And what's kind of weird is the meds I do take are for, well, anxiety, because I did have a lot of anxiety yesterday, so I see that. But some of the meds I take don't have anything to do with what I felt yesterday, but not being on them made a big difference. And I remember telling my doctor that about 4 years ago when I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital because of liver and kidney problems for 3 years. Or 3 years. For 3 months I was in the hospital. And they took me off all my medication, and I went a bit nuts. And I remember telling my doctor after I went back on my medication that, wow, I didn't realize that my meds made that much of a difference. And he kind of looked at me and he's like, no, it was your liver and kidneys that did that. It had nothing to do with your pills, because your pills don't work that part of your brain. And I kind of looked at him and I'm like, no, I think it was because I wasn't on my meds. And so now I know it was because I wasn't on my meds, because yesterday I felt the exact same way. So yeah, it affects me greatly when I don't take my meds. So today I did. I feel much better. So hopefully I'll get some reading and writing done today. I did get a bit of reading done yesterday. I read about 25 pages of The Goldfinch. I enjoyed that. And I read about 3 chapters of the NetGalley book, which I'm enjoying. It's called The Hooker Crafts a Killer, or The Hooked Crafts a Killer, something like that. I'll have to look it up for you. It's on my phone, so it's way over there. But and I'm too tired and too lazy to get it. But it's a good book. I will do a review of it when I'm done of it, so I'll be able to show you what book it is then and tell you what book it is. But it's a NetGalley book. I think it comes out in March this month. So it's a really good book. It's a cozy mystery, so I'm reading that. And I'm reading The Goldfinch right now. So, yeah. So I watched a lot of YouTube yesterday because I wasn't myself, and I was I always watch a lot of YouTube, but yesterday was constant YouTube. So, yeah, it was kind of fun. Because if I knew it was because I wasn't on my pills, and if I could just, if, I don't know what, but I could just relax a little bit more. But, yeah. So, okay, so now it is like almost 10 o'clock. It's 10 to 10. So I'm going to drink my coffee. I did do some knitting yesterday. and see if I can move this without spilling. I gotta move my camera. Sorry, guys. It's on my laptop, and it's on my lap. So as you can tell, I'm still in my house coat, and my hair's a mess, and I still haven't had a shower because yesterday was... I panic when I have showers. I don't know why, but I do, so I don't like having showers. I mean, I enjoy it when I'm in the shower, but getting in and out freaks me out. I think it's just because I've fallen so many times, so I'm kind of worried about falling. And also, I panic when I see the water coming towards me in the beginning, and then I get used to it, so it's kind of weird. I panic over the weirdest things. That's me. I'm used to it, but other people probably think it's kind of crazy. I'm used to panicking, so. I did work on my little, not little, but I want to make a long infinity scarf. So I did about 3 rows yesterday. Woohoo! But this is the way it looks right now. So, see if I can focus. There, that's a bit better. Now this one, I just noticed I obviously did wrong. Yeah, right there, I made a mistake. On one row, I did the knits and pearls on the wrong way, but it doesn't look too bad. So this is a nice brown color, tan color, and it's just knit one, purl one, and it's making a really pretty ribbed thing. See, oh goodness. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's supposed to, but that's okay. It's still pretty. So I'm doing this on 6mm straight needles, which, see if I can get it to show you. 6mm. And I just bought this at our dollar store, which is kind of cool. Yeah, our local Dollar Tree has knitting needles and crochet hooks now, so I've been storing up on them. Every time I go to the dollar store, I just buy a bunch, or at least a couple, so woohoo! I'm not really picky on, like, the best quality of knitting needles or the best quality of crochet hooks. I just pick whatever works. So, yeah. Same with my yarn. I'm not picky on yarn. It's just something to do with my hands when I watch TV or when I'm out. When I go to church, like I just started going to church again. I haven't been to church in like 2 years because of panic disorder and anxiety. I panicked a lot when I was at church because it reminds me of bad experiences I had as a kid with my Tourette syndrome and being treated really badly in churches. So I finally went back to church a couple weeks ago. And I wanted to go again today, but my lady that drives me is out of town. But when I go to church, I bring knitting with me, and I knit during the service, and that totally calms me down. I don't have to worry. I don't think, like, I have it in my head that everybody's staring at me and everybody's judging me just because of, well, it's because of my mental illness, but also because of all the bad memories and of having Tourette's as a child. When Tourette's wasn't understood, it was treated really badly, and I just have a lot of bad memories about it. So being in a crowd, let alone any crowd, but being in a church where I've always felt that anybody is accepted, and knowing that I wasn't accepted as a kid and as a young adult in churches really bothers me, and I feel like everybody's staring at me and judging me. And then my tics get worse because I get nervous and my tics get worse, and then people do stare at me and judge me. So it's like a big circle. It's a never-ending circle. So most of my church members are used to me. They're okay, but there are a few that still judge me. So you know, I hate to say this, but Christians are like the most judgmental people in the world. And it's sad that it is that way. It really is, because you know, Jesus loved everyone. He does love everyone. So he died on this cross on the cross for everybody, not just the people who believe in him. So I feel like if God can love everyone, so can I. You know, I have my beliefs, I have my morals, I have the way I live my life, but it does not mean that I can't love and be friends with people who don't believe the same as I do. And I just find it I find it very hard when Christians say things like, "Oh, you're going to hell." And it's like, no, you don't say that to people. You just witness to them in the way you live your life. And, you don't tell them things like that. I mean, it's just, you don't know the other person's heart. You don't know what everybody sins. So to say that someone is going to hell because they're sinning is not right, because everybody sins. So am I going to hell because I sinned? It's just it's ludicrous the way especially Christians treat other people. It's really awful. And there are some really great Christians who don't treat other people that way, but I do know some who are very judgmental and very rude about it. So because of that, I'm very scared to go back to church. But I did do it a couple weeks ago, so I'm excited to go back next week. And I do love church. I do love our pastor and love how he speaks and what he speaks about. We do have a pastor there as well that I met last week that I didn't know. He came in the last 2 years I haven't been there, so I got to meet him, so that was wonderful. He's a great guy. So, yeah, I had, one of the reasons too I stopped going to church is I had a big argument with one of the pastors there, to do with, it wasn't an argument. I felt insulted about something about my mental illness, so I never went back, and I went up and gave that pastor a hug today, or the other day, last week, or 2 weeks ago when I went to church, so that, I feel like we can move on, and, she never apologized or anything. I never apologized, but I don't feel like I should have to apologize. But I kind of made the move that, hey, it's okay, we're still friends kind of thing. So that was good. That made me feel a lot better, and I hope it made her feel better too. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to probably watch YouTube again, do some knitting, drink my coffee, and then today I hope to read a lot and write a lot, because yesterday I got like hardly anything done. So I will talk to you later. It's already 13 minutes, so I better go. It's going to be a long video. You guys don't mind. Alright, bye. Hi guys. So it is 10 to 6 p.m., so it's 5:48 actually, on Sunday, March 3rd. And I am officially ending my vlog. I know it's not a great vlog. I'm hoping to do better. I'm hoping to do weekly vlogs that are a bit shorter. Well, they're not going to be shorter, but it's going to be through the whole week. So I'm only going to do evening updates for like 10 or 15 minutes a day. So, I'm going to try and edit this tonight and see how it goes. I don't know how to do it. So if you're watching this, I figured it out. So, woohoo. But, thank you so much for watching. So today, sorry, today was, I didn't do much today. I talked a lot on Facebook Messenger, and I actually talked to a guy I met who's actually a beta reader of mine. He just became my beta reader, and he's older than me, and he's been teaching, like he's a senior citizen. He has been teaching me so much about writing that I didn't know or that I wasn't sure about. And I just feel blessed that he has taken the time to teach me these things. So we spent a good 2 or 3 hours today just talking, and he was giving me advice, and I would ask him questions, and I feel really comfortable asking him questions. So he gave me quite a bit of advice on how to do certain things like show, don't tell, which I realized I thought I was doing, but I'm not. So, and he gave me ideas of where to take my novel and what to do with it. So I'm very excited. Tonight I'm going to do some writing. I didn't read much today. I did register for or start a Udemy class, which is udemy.com, which is UGEMY. It's an online courses site, and they had a sale, and so I was doing that. in Canada was like $14.99 or something. I heard from that guy I was talking about that it's $10 in the US, and the sale goes until Wednesday, I think. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out because it's great. They got great online courses. I have quite a few in my library of theirs, and you can keep them. They don't go away after the course is done. You can keep them, and you can even download them. So they're wonderful courses. They're taught by different specialists and experts and stuff like that. And this particular course I'm taking is taught by a writer and she's a teacher as well, a writing teacher. So I went and got that course. Didn't learn a whole lot, but I did watch it for about 3 hours. It's a 4-hour course. So I want to finish that tonight as well. I do want to get some writing done. I want to revise my chapter that I did. Now that I've got more knowledge about how to do it. And I do want to read tonight as well. So it might be another sleepless night tonight, but I will take my medication tomorrow, so it won't be as bad. I hope I didn't sound and look as crazy as I felt that day. I might have. But yeah, that was a crazy day. That was awful. I totally went nuts, but yeah, I cried all day that day. It was horrible. So that was yesterday. So at least I know my meds are working. But anyways, so I do have a lot to do tonight, and I'm hoping to edit this vlog. I'm hoping to, like I said, to start weekly vlogs, and hopefully they'll be more interesting. It's good for me because it keeps me wanting to do things and get things done so that I have something to talk about. So, and then I have to have a shower tonight because I haven't had a shower in like 3 days. I know, it's awful. So I've got to do that. And, yeah, I'll start my weekly vlog tomorrow morning or tomorrow night because I'll be doing nightly updates. So, I might do like a 2-minute good morning thing on each day. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how long this video is and kind of divide it up. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe. If you didn't like this video, let me know that too, because, I mean, and tell me what I have to do to improve it. I know I have to do a lot to improve it, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers and all my viewers. Thank you for supporting me and just being there for me. I didn't get any more knitting or crocheting done today. Well, no, right. That's wrong. I did crochet part of a dishcloth today. Hopefully tomorrow I can do some more. Yeah. Right now, writing is my kind of top priority right now. It's always been my dream since I was 4 years old to see my name on a book. So, that's kind of my top priority right now. I know that originally this was a knit and crochet channel, so I understand if you want to unsubscribe to me. I will be having knitting and crochet content in my vlogs, definitely, because it is a big part of my life. But reading and writing is another big part of my life, so everything will be included. So I do understand if you want to unsubscribe to me. I hope you don't, but if you do, I understand. Thank you for everyone who has supported me and given comments and helped me out. So thank you. Have a good night. Have a good day, whatever day or night it is. And hopefully this video will be uploaded. Oh, I just spit. That's awful. Hopefully this will be uploaded tonight while I sleep. So, okay. Bye.